Hi everybody, Neon here and another review ready. Now before I get to this, I am aware that there is a prequel, and actually I've already reviewed that one. If you want to check out the video, go to Emerald Comet's channel and see the video Off the Edge of the Map. It holds my own opinions on that already, so I won't have to repeat here. So with that, here's the story. This story is called Apotheosis by Daedrin. As the adventure title says, this story follows Twilight Sparkle and Princess Luna. After they end up going to a dragon castle, they end up teleported to, well, outside of Equestria. Where exactly they end up is actually kind of unknown at this point, but it follows them pretty much trying to get home. While it does kind of follow the same details as Off the Edge of the Map does, this story has a lot more unique elements to it. First, there's the settings. Every single place that these two go to is so unique, it's amazing. They go through a vast desert, they go through a magical forest, a castle full of illusions. They even go through a giant grandfather clock. I mean, seriously, how do you even come up with this stuff? Along with these original places, there are also original characters, which are equally well done. Each one holds a unique sort of style to it, and is easily memorable. One of these, and my personal favorite, is the basilisk named Tutsumoke, who they meet in the vast desert. He is an old, blind basilisk, already being unique from being blind in the first place, who agrees to help Luna and Twilight through the vast desert, which he has been roaming for hundreds and hundreds of years. He has also made stone pillars with names, dates, etc. in order to help ponies remember stuff from the past, but since he's blind, he's forgotten most of the details himself. Tutsumoke is just one example of how unique these characters are, and how much of an impact they have in the story as the adventure goes. Of course, there's Luna and Twilight as well, the official characters in this story, who are played off wonderfully. Apotheosis goes into extreme details about the relationship between Princess Luna and Twilight Sparkle. As far as it goes, it's very realistic, and continuity is not left out. This includes the Kingdom Hearts Chronicles and Twilight's magical outburst to the events of Nightmare Moon. Whether the conflict is from the world they're trying to survive in to the internal conflicts that they face in their past, both of them are played out very realistically, very maturely, and I wouldn't be surprised on seeing this in the actual show. I think time works in this story's favor too. As far as the events go, nothing feels too rushed. In fact, some of these events are played off rather slow, but that isn't going against the story in any way. Some of the conflicts, resolutions, etc. are played off, like I said, rather realistically. And realistically, not every event goes at a fast pace. Speaking of relationships, this story is also considered a romance, though I am honestly not sure what kind of love they're actually referring to. Do they mean the love between a husband and wife, or the love between sisters? Because honestly, I think it's more of a sister love than an actual will you marry me love. Either way, I really don't know if the romance genre is fit for this story. This seems like more of those restricted adventure-only titles rather than an adventure and romance. Now, as I've mentioned earlier, this story is a sequel to the story Off the Edge of the Map. Now, normally this might make people worry about continuity, but honestly, there isn't much to worry about. From Off the Edge of the Map, it's actually barely mentioned on what actually happens. So if you do start with Apotheosis instead, you won't have to worry about reading Off the Edge of the Map first to understand what's going on. As for what goes on in the story, I think there is a much higher risk than Off the Edge of the Map. Why? Well, consider this. For Off the Edge of the Map, the main characters are Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy, both Pegasus. And Pegasi are prone to mainly flying and cloud moving, rather than actual magic. So most of the conflicts, in that one anyway, are mainly physical. As for this one though, the main characters are Twilight and Luna, a unicorn and Alicorn. And this story shows them having a lot of trouble dealing with these sort of problems. So either they're kind of dulled down for the story to happen, or the conflicts are far more dangerous than anyone would have imagined. And as for the conflicts, when they do happen, you do wonder if they're going to make it out okay. either being an emotional problem from their past, or a dangerous one that's brand new entirely. Either way, they do get very, very intense, and even a bit emotional too. Now for the overall review. I can obviously say that Daitron really has done the research when it comes to doing this story. No stone is left untouched. All the details are very accurate, continuity at its best, and the relationships very believable. Apotheosis is an adventure in its own right. And if you do happen to come across this, I recommend giving it a good read. You will not be disappointed. I'll see you all later. Neon out.